The contract is 2 pages long. You sign it in a hotel room in Warsaw. No company name on it, no government logo. Just rules, a daily pay rate, and one sentence that says they're now responsible if you get hurt or killed. You sign it anyway. You're ex-military, 3 deployments, an honorable discharge, but barely any money left in your account. The recruiters found you on a veterans forum online. They don't explain much. They just said the pay was $800 a day. You stopped asking questions after that. They fly you to a training camp in Belarus, 40 men from 11 different countries. Former Russian special forces, ex-French Foreign Legion soldiers, veterans from African bush wars, Colombians who won't talk about their past. Nobody uses their real name here. Your first job is in Mali. On paper, you're providing security for a mining company. In reality, you're pushing back an armed group that keeps attacking the company's equipment. The local government knows you're here. They're the ones who asked for you. You walk patrols through villages that don't show up on any map. You get information from people you never actually meet face to face. The rules about when you can use force change depending on what your team leader decides each morning. No one's watching. No one is filming. No one will ask questions when it's over. You make $28,000 in 5 weeks. You send most of it back home. You don't tell your family what you're really doing. You tell them it's basic security work, bodyguard stuff, nothing dangerous. By week 3, you stop flinching when you hear gunshots. They figure out what you're good at. Some guys are good with explosives. Others are good with radios or treating wounds in the field. Your thing is spotting targets. You can read the land, predict where people will move, and call in coordinates so accurately that fights end before they really begin. They move you to a smaller, more focused team. The contracts are higher risks. Your daily pay doubles. You work in Libya, Syria, Central African Republic. The clients keep changing. Mining companies, investment firms protecting oil pipelines, governments that don't want anyone to know they're involved. You stop asking who's actually paying. It doesn't change what you do on the ground. It only changes whose bank account the money comes from. The work is straightforward when it's straightforward. When it gets ugly, you learn to push it to the back of your mind. You build a mental storage room for the things you don't want to think about. You put things in there and close the door. 3 years in, you've experienced more than most soldiers see in an entire career. You understand which conflicts are real and which ones were created on purpose. You've watched wars get started, pushed, and quietly ended once the business contracts were signed. You've been the muscle behind decisions made by people sitting in offices on other continents. Younger guys watch how you operate. They copy the way you move, the way you stay calm when things go wrong. You're not trying to teach them, you just do your job, and they pay attention. You've been wounded twice. Nothing that ended your career. You have a metal piece in your left forearm which the field medic couldn't fully remove. A bullet that went straight through your thigh. You were back on patrol 11 days later. Pain means something different now. Pain is just information telling you something happened. You're in charge of 12 men now. You plan the missions. You decide who does what. When something breaks down at 3 in the morning in a country with no functioning police or government, your phone rings. A contract in Sudan falls apart. The information you were given was wrong. The building you're supposed to secure has 3 times more armed men than anyone told you. One of your guys gets shot in the first few seconds. You make a decision in 4 seconds that you'll think about for years. You pull everyone out. Mission canceled. The client is furious. Your men are alive. The organization quietly stops working with that client. Nobody explains why. Nobody says thank you. But you still have a job, and all 12 of your men make it home. At this level, that's what success looks like. Not money. People who come back. Now you're managing several teams across several countries at the same time. You don't carry a weapon anymore. You carry a satellite phone and a laptop. You sit in safe houses, military forward bases, and sometimes expensive hotels in capital cities keeping track of operations happening across 3 countries at once. The clients are different now. No more mining companies. You get briefed by middlemen representing foreign investment groups, intelligence agencies, and political organizations with enough money to change who runs a country. You approve missions you'll never see with your own eyes. You build the plan, assign the people, and read the reports afterward. Reports that are written to say as little as possible. Something changes when you stop being the one pulling the trigger. The distance makes it feel easier. That's what you tell yourself. But later, when you're alone and quiet, you realize the distance doesn't make the weight disappear. It just delays when you have to carry it. There are 11 people in the world who do what you do now. You don't have a rank. You don't have a job title. What you have is a direct connection with the people who run the organization and have a reputation built over 10 years of operations that were never officially recorded. Governments reach out to you, not through normal channels, through multiple layers of people who can all deny they were involved. They need something done that their own intelligence agencies can't touch publicly. A target removed, a shipment stopped, a small country's election quietly pushed in a certain direction. You work with complete independence. Your decisions affect world events. You've given up trying to figure out who the good guys are. At this level, there are no good guys. There are only interests and agendas. You work for whoever can pay, and you deliver results clean enough that no one looks too closely afterward. You travel on 4 different passports. You own nothing under your real name. You have no permanent home address. You are completely free and have never felt less free in your life. You show up once a year, maybe twice. A meeting in Vienna, a call from a number that's different every time. A payment sent to a bank account in a country that doesn't share information with anyone. The organization doesn't give you orders anymore. They ask for your opinion. You've become someone they talk about, not someone they send anywhere. You've watched what this kind of life does to men over time. You've attended funerals for some of them. You've watched others fall apart, turn to alcohol, become paranoid shadows of who they used to be. You've seen a few men walk away completely and start over again to become someone new. You don't know yet which group you belong to. You sit in a rented apartment in Tbilisi and watch ordinary life happening on the street below. Regular people, noise, traffic, kids walking home from school. A whole world that has absolutely nothing to do with you. You feel nothing looking at it. That's how you know exactly how far you've traveled from the person you used to be. Somewhere right now, a veteran is reading a post on an online forum about private security work. The daily pay rate catches his eye. He thinks he knows what he's getting into, but he has absolutely no idea. He'll find out. They always do.